Attention B2B organizations, we will build and implement you an outbound system inside your B2B company that generates 10 plus qualified sales calls every month, guaranteed. Completely done for you, can infinitely scale, and cost less than a single SDR. Without spending thousands on ads, without relying on referrals, without spending 30 plus hours figuring out how to build the technical infrastructures, while you own 100% of the system. So, who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name's Ian Tudor, the founder at Revenue IX. I've worked with and consulted over 30 plus B2B companies, helping them implement outbound cold email systems, booking in over 300 plus qualified sales meetings, resulting in $2 million in pipeline generated. Now you can check out my socials. I make valuable content there on my YouTube. Here's my LinkedIn if you want to go check that out as well. Now let's dive into it. So this is for you if you start each month wondering where your next qualified sales call is going to come from. You hate the idea of chasing leads to get an appointment with you. You don't have the time or capacity to learn all the aspects of cold email and want a system built out for you. You rely heavily on inbound leads and referrals, and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on paid ads. Now let's dive into some results of what our email campaigns look like for our clients. Now here's campaign 1. In this example campaign that I shared with you from one of our clients, we contacted 6,000 leads. We got a 10% reply rate with 647 replies, had 51 interested replies, and booked 16 meetings from there. Here's a whole breakdown. You see 18,000 sent because we ran a 3-step sequence. So it contacted those 6,000 leads 3 times there. Then we can check out campaign 2. I'm not going to bore you with all this data, but I'll just have you take a analysis of this. Campaign 3. Campaign 4. Now all of these meetings are with interested decision makers or business owners. Now here are some meetings, what this kind of looks like, what some of the responses are, plus a case study I'm going to share right here. Yes, I would be interested. Let's meet Friday. Hi, can we have a 30-minute call? Set up a call with me next week. I'm interested in a demonstration. And then here's someone saying, hey, I went from literally nothing to a 60 to 75% open rate that I was consulting. You can also click here and check out a case study to see what kind of results we got from one of our clients. Now, who exactly will this work for? This will work for you if you are a B2B company, not business to consumer. Your product or service has found product market fit. Your business is making at least $100,000 a year. Your TAM or total addressable market has over 10,000 decision makers we can reach out to. You have case studies and evidence that your product or service works. Now, let's dive into how to actually create the automated outbound cold email system for your B2B business. Now, the first step is setting up proper email infrastructure. The first step in the foundation of your cold email system is setting up proper infrastructure. If this is not set up correctly, your entire outreach system will be ruined. So what exactly does this mean? Setting up cold email sending domains and inboxes properly. The first thing we're going to do is purchase your cold email sending domains from a trusted provider, for example, GoDaddy or Porkbun. You want the domains you purchase to be secondary domains forwarding to your main website URL. So for example, when you email someone, you don't want them to look up your domain and it be a blank. You want that to forward to your main web domain. Now, for example, we don't want to send from your main website domain like revenueix.com. The secondary domains you should send from should look like gorevenueix.com, getrevenueix.com, tryrevenueix.com. Now, you want to add like a prefix or suffix to the end for the secondary domains. That's what I do there. Now, once you purchase your sending domains, the first step is setting up the DNS records properly. You need to set up these 3: SPF, DMARC, and DKIM. This authenticates all your inboxes and is crucial for your cold email system's success. If you skip out on this step, almost all of your emails will go to spam. Now let's dive into setting up the actual cold email inboxes. So as you may know, there's two main email service providers, Google and Microsoft. These are the gold standard. Now you want to purchase your inboxes directly from Google and Microsoft, the provider. Do not purchase from these alternative cheaper resellers. Directly purchase from the provider will always yield better results in deliverability with longer lasting inboxes. Now, if you're familiar with cold email, you may know the game is constantly changing. Whether 1 month Microsoft inboxes are performing better or the next month Google is performing better, you must always stay on top of updates to ensure your emails are not landing in spam. So how we mitigate this is we run a 50-50 split between Google and Microsoft inboxes. So it would look like something like this. So say you purchase 10 domains. You're going to have 2 inboxes set up on Google, 2 inboxes set up on Google for the first 5 domains. And then the other 5 domains, we can set those up on Microsoft. That's how we typically do it. And now what this will do is be able to deliver from a deliverability perspective at a higher result, and then say Google is performing better at that moment in time, we can scale that up from there. Now let's break down cold email volume. So say we purchase 10 sending domains, and you have 2 inboxes set up per domain like I showed here. That would equal 20 inboxes. Multiply that by 25 emails per day per inbox. That's 500 emails sent per day. Multiply that by 20 sending days per month. That's 10,000 emails sent per month. So that would be an example of a breakdown. Say if we purchase 10 sending domains. This really depends on the scale you would like your system to be set up on. But this is a great starting point for you to get an understanding of what that math actually looks like, how many emails we're going to reach out to your target audience every month. Now let's dive into sourcing and scraping targeting data. You most likely already have an ideal target audience of who you want to sell your product or service to, right? Now you can only reach out to this audience if you have the precise data on exactly what their criteria is. We dive into understanding your target audience to the fullest extent based on the categories below. Job titles, the industry they're in, the location of your ideal clients, keywords that may be involved finding them, technologies used. So for example, if your clients use HubSpot as a service, we can scrape that data of all the companies that actually use HubSpot to reach out to them that way. Company size or headcount. So say you guys only target companies up to 100 employees. We can target that and get data based on that criteria. Also revenue. So say you're targeting companies that make at least $1 million a year. We can find that data and go from there to scrape your ideal customers. Now, once we discover this information, we can get email data from various different sources depending on the exact criteria of your target audience. The next step is ensuring the emails are valid. People get fired, switch jobs, companies go bankrupt, and databases get outdated. If you send cold emails to these outdated emails, this will result in a bounced email. Bounced emails ruin your domain and inbox reputation, therefore making your emails go to spam more and more. This is why you need to validate every email you get from any data source to ensure you don't ruin your sending infrastructure. We handle this entire process for you, hands off from sourcing data to scraping and validating it all. Now let's dive into copywriting and positioning. Now that you have a targeted list that matches your ICP, ideal customer profile, you need to write captivating copy to obtain their attention. For your emails to stand out and gain the attention of your prospects, your message needs to be clear and effective. The leads you're reaching out to get flooded with hundreds of emails every day, so yours must stand out by being brief, concise, relevant, and to the point with no extra fluff. Depending on the size of your TAM, your total addressable market, this will determine the amount of follow-up emails you have within a sequence. So for example, if your TAM is at least 50,000 prospects you can reach out to, it would make more sense to have a shorter 2-step sequence to reach more unique leads with your first cold email instead of wasting your inbox volume on a bunch of follow-ups. Now, typically your first email within a sequence will be the most valuable and will receive the most replies. And if your TAM is smaller than 50,000 prospects, you can do more extensive sequences with 3 or 4-step follow-up campaigns, touching them at more points. Now, if your emails are simply bad, not relevant, and not targeted, if you use cheesy subject lines, your copy is spammy, not human-like, you're going to get marked as spam, and that's going to ruin your domain's reputation, landing you in spam and on blacklists over and over. Now we handle all the copywriting completely done for you, and A/B test multiple variations of the emails to optimize which email is performing best, scaling the campaign that drives the most results. So this would look like, say we develop campaign 1, we want to test angle A, angle B. We develop campaign 2, test angle A, angle B, campaign 3, angle A, angle B. It can be more than 2 angles. It can be 4, it can be 3. It really depends on what your offer looks like and who we're really reaching out to. Now we also use AI personalization to ensure our messaging is relevant to who you're targeting. And before sending out the campaign, we share the copy with you to make sure there is alignment and approval. Now, implementing deliverability best practices. Now that we've wrote effective attention-grabbing copy, we need to make sure our message gets delivered. Here are some of the best practices for you to follow. Do not include links, whether that's calendar links, website links, and send your emails in plain text. Do not track open rates or link click rates. This kind of includes a image pixel inside of your emails, and this will get detected as spam more. Have DMARC, DKIM, and SPF records set up properly. Use Google or Microsoft as your main email service provider. Purchase inboxes directly from them. Send actual relevant emails to your prospects. Getting them marked as spam ruins domain reputation. Verify all your email lists and keep bounce rate under 2%. Always send cold emails from a secondary domain, never your main website domain. And use spin tags in your copy. Now you might be wondering, what is spin tags? So here's a quick breakdown of what spin tags is and what this might look like within your copy. It's essential for deliverability. So email service providers, Google and Microsoft, will detect that you're sending the same messaging over and over. And this is a way to differentiate each email you send out to your prospects so they can't detect this. So you can spin tags or subject lines. So here's some examples. Hey, first name, thoughts, first name, question, first name. That might be an example of what that would look like. Here's some openings. Here's your body. Here's some closing statements. Now we implement all of these best practices and more completely done for you to ensure emails do not land in spam. Now on to inbox management and response handling. Now that your email deliverability is intact and your campaign is launched, you will start getting replies. It is crucial that you reply to these leads as soon as possible to maximize the response rate, ending in a higher meeting book percentage rate. Keep this in mind. This is cold outreach. The people you are reaching are cold and don't know or trust you yet. So as a result, any little inconvenience can be the difference between them thinking about booking a call or completely writing it off. This is a job itself. So we train a dedicated inbox manager on our team on your company's services or product so they can reply to responses under 10 minutes, pushing them towards a book call. This is crucial for your campaign success. On top of that, you will be notified when a call is booked within our dedicated Slack channel. So it might look like this. Hey, a new meeting's booked. This is their email. And there's a response that one of our clients said, like, hey, looking forward to this call. Now on to optimization and reporting. As you run your campaigns, you want to collect the following data. Total emails sent, unique leads contacted, reply rate, positive reply rate, meetings booked, and bounce rate. This data is crucial for understanding your campaign success and the necessary adjustments you should make to optimize your campaigns to drive the best results. We use this internally, and every week you will be sent a report of your campaign numbers along updates on a weekly basis within our dedicated Slack channel. Now here's a free cold email deliverability guide you guys can get access to. Just click the link here. Check it out after you're done going through this. Now let's dive into why people typically fail with cold email. Cold email is a powerful mechanism for booking qualified calls due to the precise targetability, but you need to execute properly on everything mentioned so far for it to actually work. There's no margin for error. If one piece of the system is not done properly, you will book significantly less or no meetings, and your emails will land in spam. Here are the most common contributors to why people fail with cold email that I've recognized. So their email infrastructure or text not set up properly. The result, emails will land in spam over and over. Lack of proper targeting, recipients will mark your spam as email. Recipients will mark your emails as spam. No clear call to action at the end of your email. Prospects don't know the next step to take and will not book a call. Sending generic written emails, prospects will simply mark you as spam. Data not validated, emails will bounce, emails will then go to spam, and your domains will get blacklisted. Replies not answered promptly and not followed up with, prospects will become disinterested and will not book a call. Now, what do we do for you? We go through an onboarding process, and during that process, we create Slack communication channels and invite you and the team. We gather necessary information together about your business and your ideal customer profile by filling out the onboarding form together. We analyze your business's offer and positioning. We create client access folders, and we collect sales assets and case studies that you may have. The next step is building out the email infrastructure. So we're going to purchase the domains and set up the inboxes, set up DMARC, DKIM, and SPF records, connect systems to your CRM, connect email accounts to the sending tool, plus warm-up pool, implement all of the deliverability best practices. Now we're going to scrape the data and validate the list. Using information discussed during the onboarding, we scrape targeted data based on your ICP. We enrich the email data, and we validate the data and remove all the invalid emails. Format the data so variables are aligned with our email sequences. Now we're going to dive into writing the email sequence. We're going to craft compelling, relevant email sequences based on the information discussed during onboarding. We're going to write an A/B split testing angle. We're going to build out a 2 to 5 step email sequence depending on what exactly our strategy is. We're going to implement spin tags into your copy. And we're also going to implement custom AI personalization variables. Now we're going to come to you and discuss our campaign strategy, reveal all the assets we built for you in the campaign, set expectations about what we can expect, make adjustments if needed, and get approval to launch as soon as possible. Now we're going to launch the campaign, finalize copy, send it into the email sending tool, write the high-performing subject lines, set up necessary campaign settings. Then we're going to handle the responses and book meetings for you. Respond to inboxes in less than 10 minutes on you or your team's behalf. Follow up with interested leads until they actually book a call. Handle booked meetings straight onto your calendar on autopilot, completely done for you. Then we're going to send weekly KPI reports. A detailed report sent weekly tracking the emails sent, replies, positive replies, and meetings booked. We're also going to send relevant updates on how the week is going, and we're going to share future strategies for the ongoing weeks coming. From there, we're going to iterate and optimize and launch new campaigns. Using the reporting data we collect, we're going to update campaigns and scale the highest performing ones. We're going to analyze all of the split tests, and we're going to launch new angles to further increase the likelihood of meetings being booked. Now, meetings are going to be booked without you having to lift a finger. We handle all aspects of your outbound cold email campaigns, and qualified meetings will be booked onto your calendar on autopilot. Now let's dive into pricing and kind of what that looks like and compare this to a sales rep that you would hire in-house. So a sales rep, They would have a payment structure of either a fixed salary plus commission plus benefits plus tech costs like their email accounts, all that, plus management costs. With Revenue IX, we have a more affordable monthly or quarterly fee. Days off. Your in-house sales reps take 20 to 30 days off a year. We take none. Recruitment costs. 10 to 30 hours. Screening interviews, potential recruiting fee. There's none. Onboarding time investment. 60 to 100 hours. Our onboarding process takes 90 minutes. Weekly training investment, 10 hours. Training, check-ins, performance reviews. Our weekly investment is 15 minutes. Just through our Slack communication channel, we're going to send you reports, all of that, and we'll stay in touch there. Likelihood of business growth. With an in-house sales rep, it's pretty uncertain if they're actually experts and they actually know what they're doing. They might have a slight track record, but that doesn't mean they're going to succeed within your business. Working with us, it's an extreme likelihood because we've done this for many companies like Palo Alto Networks, Ortec, Taylor Cup Media, and Patient Payments. Those are just some of the clients we've worked with. Now, let's dive into frequently asked questions. Will this work for my business? If you're on a B2B business that's making at least $20K per month with a proven product market fit, yes, this client acquisition system has been proven to be successful. How soon will I see results? Your pipeline will see an increase within 3 to 6 weeks. Can you scale this system? Yes, as qualified sales calls are flowing in and you want to further scale up, we can scale up to whatever heights are needed. What kind of transparency can we expect? We give you access to all the emails we send on your behalf, the lead list we create for you, and we make sure you approve the full email sequence before it's launched. Now, how many emails will you send? The amount of volume we will begin with is typically determined throughout our discovery process. So once you book a discovery call, we'll figure out exactly what your needs are. But as stated earlier, we showed you an example of the math. In this case, we have 20 domains with 2 inboxes set up per domain. So that's 40. Multiply that by 25. That equals 1,000 emails sent per day. Now we can expect 20 email sending days per month. That would equal 20,000 emails sent every month. Now, can you integrate with our tech stack or CRM? We can analyze your current systems and integrate automations. This may result in an additional fee depending on the complexity of the system. So we typically do integrate with your CRM, but if it's a more complex system, that may result in an additional fee on top of our services. Now, who this won't work well with. If you fit any of this criteria, do not book a call. Your product or service is for consumers, so business to consumer, not business owners. Your business is currently making less than $20,000 a month, so you really haven't found product market fit. You serve a small market, so less than 10,000 targetable people. You don't have any results of your product or service working. You don't have any testimonials or case studies. And you are at capacity and aren't serious about generating more revenue. Now, you now have one or two options. You can take this information I shared with you today and go out spending the 30 plus hours figuring out how to set up all the technical infrastructure, how to write all the email copy to get responses, manage the inbox all yourself, and gather all the reporting. Or you can work with us, experts in cold email outbound campaigns, getting an entire system A through Z set up, completely done for you. And we manage everything from technical infrastructure to copywriting to calls being booked on your calendar without you having to lift a finger. Now book a discovery call down below.